But yeah, no, look, you again, throughout this whole entire process, when I've been changing my audio, you might prefer a different sound. I'm just trying to test a bunch of different things. I'm currently working on a big guide onto audio and content creation in general. Obviously, I was working on this before Streamer U, but Streamer U made me kick up my ass to maybe actually like work on this guide more. So I've just been kind of working on it passively. Well, no, so look, Ludwig's lessons were fantastic, and I thought they were really, really good. And what I've been wanting to do for a very long time is kind of make a very good guide for someone to get into content creation in terms of from the ground, like from the ground floor, from the bottom, like you don't know anything. Because I think a lot of the times, a lot of the advice given is towards people who already have some modicum of success, or have already built something. And, you know, I really want to build a kind of a guide that really helps you kind of, from the very zero, the beginning, how to do literally something from nothing. But Ludwig's guides are absolutely like, because I watched a few of them the other night, and they were amazing. I mean, he did a really good job. And I think what Lud does really well is communicating the idea and communicating the type of mindset you need to be in to manage success as well, and also be ready for it when it does come around. But also, I think he touched on a really important point, which I think was just to be a good person, which I think a lot of people forget in the pursuit of success, you know. But there's also, like, I think there are too many guides out there, and this is not Lud at all. Lud's guide was a lot more practical than this. But there are a lot of people out there who try to teach you things who either get too bogged down in way too technical stuff, and it's overwhelming and hard to take in. But then on the inverse, I think that some people get too hyperbolic in the sense that, like, they're like, you got to believe in yourself. It's all about dreams. It's like, listen, I'm British, okay? Believing in myself hasn't fucking worked, and quite frankly, it won't, because if everyone believed in themselves, there'd be a lot more successful people. That's not how it fucking works. Let me give you some actual, just fucking grounded advice on how you can actually approach this in a way that will help you out a lot more. So, and I want to make something that's kind of like evergreen, which has also been really difficult because some advice, and specifically technical advice, is like really dependent on the time that you're trying to get into it. Like, if you try to get into content creation today, it's very, very different from how it was to 2 years ago, especially with like software editing and all that stuff that kind of changes. But I think you can very much still teach the kind of thought process going into this kind of stuff and how to really set people up for success in that aspect. So I really want to make a more thorough guide with a lot more help from people who are also knowledgeable, and also have this stuff be available outside of video format. So if you do want to watch me talk about it on stream when I do a really long presentation, you'll get that. But also, if you want to just open up a giant presentation, or you want references, or you want to see products, stuff that will help you, you know, that'll also be available to you. So that kind of stuff as well. It's just going to take a while because I really want to make sure it's thorough. But yeah, I mean, Lud was great. The thing that Lud did especially great was in a streamer kind of environment that he was in, which is go fast, break every rule, in the name of success, because the only thing that matters is getting a clip or farming something. I think Lud really preached the benefits of being down to earth, really understanding your position, understanding people around you, and really just understanding what it means to be a good person, whilst also chasing success. And also realizing your leverage, realizing your position, and being able to look at it objectively, which I think was really smart, I think. And I think that's necessary, because when I see the questions that Lud gets asked in this class, he's a stronger man than I. I would fucking crash out. I would snap and tell them to get the fuck out. I don't have the fucking patience to deal with room temperature IQ questions. I don't care. I don't want to entertain it. If you're going to ask stupid questions, I would get the fuck out. Stop wasting my fucking time. I don't have that patience. I'm not that feel-good kind of person who's going to sit there and be like, yeah, man, everyone can work through it. No, some people are fucking idiots, and I don't want to fucking spare my time for them. So that's why I want to make sure the way the idea is just kind of put it out there, and you can, whoever wants to interact with it. What kind of stupid questions? I'd be fucking pissed off if someone started shouting mid-lesson if I was trying to teach something. Fucking chirping up. Shut up. It's not about you, all right? Wait 5 fucking minutes, all right? Let me fucking talk. Then I'll tell you when you can talk. Now I'm living in my fantasy. I'm like, put me in, coach. He did snap at a few people, I know. Like, he handled it gracefully, I'll tell you that much. I would have been fuming. Truthfully, he did an amazing job, and proud of him. Because I think the streaming space needed more people like that to kind of just preach a solid mindset. And I think a lot of streamers also forget a lot of the time that, truthfully, to be an interesting streamer is to be an interesting person. And to see longevity in the field, I think, is to show like a good mindset and good ethics, I think. So why am I still streaming? Look, the way I stream is actually fucking dog shit. I stream so bad. Every single person, including me, would tell you not to stream like me. Stream on a whack-ass schedule. Never tell your viewers when you're going live. Then when you do go live, you stream 16 streams of the Castlevania game that no one played. It's like the worst. It's the worst way to stream, genuinely. But I appreciate that you guys have patience for the vibe and see the vision through. And I also do change. I do change when I stream, but I never fucking tweet out. I'm just gonna fucking go live and we'll deal with it. And it is a terrible fucking way to stream it for growth.